kingdom people, they are trying to get you to block your blessings. They are trying to get you to block your blessings. And so, kingdom people, listen. These people are so upset. I'm hearing in a rage. Like, kingdom people, they crashing out. Like, quite literally. I literally witnessed this with my own eyes. And God just been speaking to me about it. And he's saying that they're trying to get you to block your own blessings. And what they're trying to do is draw you in, get you to engage, get you to be ignorant like them, get you to be toxic like them. They want you to respond to their toxicity and their rage and their, erratic behavior with the same thing. In other words, they want you to give them that same energy. They want you to return evil for evil. They want you to come all the way down there in the gutter to their level and give them what they're giving you, and you won't do it. And it's very upsetting to them. And here's the thing. These people, listen, you already know they've tried everything. Not only have they tried everything, but listen, yesterday, that was yesterday, I spoke on how they're being tormented by your spirit. These people tired of you. You're getting on their last nerve, kingdom people. And so, not only do they have to sit up and deal with this torment because of your presence, that's what it was, tormented by your presence. Listen, all of what they did ain't did nothing. They gotta they gotta be tormented by their presence, simultaneously watching you be blessed. I just heard where they do that at. Right here. That's where. Because they're not used to that. This is something different for them. And so, listen. These people done thought. They been in their head trying to figure out what they can do. Remember, they done tried everything they know to do. They can't stand the fact that after all they done, I can't even talk. You still blessed. Nothing is touching you. Yes, you may be aware. There may be some glitchiness showing up in your life where it's pointing out to you the effects of, or the residue of, or just the fact that witchcraft is being performed on you. Something is coming against you, but it's not prospering. And so these people, I'm hearing, they're out of their minds. They are. Some of these, it's a whole nother message, but they really are going out of their minds. So much so, like I said, they're crashing out. And they're having crashing out rage for moments because they don't know what else to do. They don't have nothing to do. So what they're trying to do now, because they don't want to see you be blessed. Remember, they tried to stop all that, and they can't. Now the crash out is over trying to get you to crash out. So you, in their mind, can block your blessings. And here's the thing. Even if you have a moment, God ain't gonna stop your blessings because you have a moment. But they're not even thinking in terms of you having a moment. They want that moment to become who you are. And they trying to make you crash out, act a fool, be evil, and just become that. Become the crash out like them. Become they want you to just become that, which of course, as I said, even if you had a moment, that ain't who you are. You don't stay there. They do. That's what they do for the most part, because that's who they are. I'm not saying they're constantly, continuously crashing out, but within they are. I mean, because if you constantly just doing it, you get tired. You gotta go rest. But they do be crashing out internally because they don't have any peace, and they're always thinking these horrible, evil, toxic thoughts. Do you know how, not only how detrimental that is to your spirit, to your body, to your very being, how toxic that is to your energy? That's toxic. That toxic thinking and that evil thinking and wishing people ill and how you're gonna set them up, that kills people slowly. It's killing them. It's wearing them down. It's depleting them, because those are the dark thoughts. Don't bring you life. They don't give you life. They give you and bring death. Remember that sin leads to death, and salvation leads to eternal life. So when you're thinking evil thoughts, sinful thoughts, whether it be towards yourself or another, but when they go to thinking these thoughts and trying to, plot these plots, to even taking action to cause harm, it's stronger, because it's to hurt another. When they're doing these things, even when they think ill of themselves, in other words, they don't like themselves, they insecure, they feel like all that comparing, it's effective, obviously, but it's mild. But when they're trying to come at somebody, thinking these thoughts and taking these actions to hurt somebody, that has a little more power to it, because it's some force behind it, because they aiming to hurt, to harm. I just heard the K-I word. That's what I just heard. So that's stronger. But you got to understand, this kingdom people, that if it's coming from you, it's right there with you. It's kind of like the saying, how they say, they're drinking poison or eating poison or whatever and expecting the other person to die. The poison is in you. You trying to harm the person, but you the one with the poison. Yeah, you sending it towards them and trying to use whatever tools you have to harm somebody else, but that's all in you. So that depletes them. It's not good. And so that's the other part of this kingdom people. Their toxic ways are creating, I want to say, their toxic lives for themselves, but their lives always being toxic, but it's amplified now because of this rage they have towards you. Now, here's the thing, kingdom people. Remember, these people are accustomed to doing this kind of stuff to other people, and it's easy for the most part. They don't be going through all this. They've never been a rage towards another person that they have tried to take down, because they do what they do, and that's it. They have no reason to be. It never came to that. Now, while they may do things to cause them harm and they may use force, what has happened is it's not working on you. And so that's what causes the rage in them. And then that's what causes them trying to use more force in their crash outs. Because, that's the force they're trying to use. Not understanding that they're crashing out. I don't know whether they understand this or not, but a crash out dummy just crashing out. They're not thinking clearly, because they're crash out dummies. Crash out dummies don't think clearly. They not even in control of themselves. It's the demonic possession that they're under that's controlling and influencing them, those demonic spirits. And so ultimately what it's trying to do is get you I don't know, I can't get the people. They're crashing out because nothing has worked. They want you to respond to their crash out, your rage. In other words, whatever they're doing, even if they're in the spirit doing something, just going hard, they're not where they weren't in their right minds from the beginning, but now they're crashing out, not in their right minds. And so, they want you to respond and react to whatever is going on, hoping, even if they're not around you like that, in a vicinity. They're hoping that it'll show up in your life where you will then crash out and flip out. Again, they feel like if you act a fool, you'll block your blessings, that God won't honor you or continue to bless you because you acting a fool. But like I said, even if we was to have a moment, we don't live and hang out and dwell forever and forever and forevermore in that moment. And I don't believe, kingdom people, you all will have those kind of moments at this point for the most part. If you here watching this, y'all ain't having no moments because you all have gotten to a place where God is showing you, even if yesterday you had a moment, well, you almost had a moment, because that's what I'm getting. God stopped you. You're at a place where God is telling you, don't do that. You see what I'm saying? So you're not having them kind of moments. Now, the kind of moments you might be having is the one I just said, where you almost did, but God stopped you. But understand, God is stopping you because he don't want you to fall into the trap. He don't want you to fall into what they're trying to do. That doesn't necessarily mean that he gonna block your blessing if you do, but because he telling you, stop. That could pose a problem for you if you overrode what God's saying do. If he's saying, don't say nothing. God's saying, don't say nothing, keep your peace. But instead you let them have a piece of your mind or you respond. That's a problem for you. And that's exactly what they want. They want you to override God, his ways, even if what he's telling you to do, whether they understand and you have those moments and God stopped you or not. It doesn't matter because they do understand you moving on God's command. They understand God is leading you and guiding you, protecting you and all that. They want you to come outside of that protection by acting a fool. But what they don't understand is God still will protect you, even though there might be some consequences to your actions. He'll protect you to a certain extent. Let me say that. But here's the thing, you're not going there. You're not doing that. You have already matured to a certain point. Many of us have matured to a great point. But, some are still like, okay, they getting this. And that's okay. Understand that them crash out dummies understand that you've matured to a certain point. Because you're not responding to anything. You're not fazed by anything. Rather, you're still in a place where you have to hold your tongue or not. And the reason on purpose, like, gotta, really get that. And the reason why I say it that way is because some of us, which I can identify with, I don't even want to. I don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to be funny, but I don't have to, keep myself from saying nothing. It's just not nothing I want to say. It is what it is. I'm way past that. You get what I'm saying? And many of you are. But again, for those of you who still, y'all maturing still in that area, that's okay. The enemy, even then, is trying to get you to respond the very way that you want. Because they're trying to get you to mess up your blessings, block your own blessings. Because they see they can't block them. They have tried over and over. They can't do nothing. They need you to do it. And they feel like you need their help to do it. Because you're not going to do it on your own. That's very clear. You so focused. You so on point. They trying to, how they say, distract you. They're trying to not only distract you, but throw you off your square. They want you to block your own blessings, and they doing it they want you to block your own blessings by responding to their crash outs, responding to their rage. They pretty much doing some of the same or similar things they had been doing, but they just upped it a little. It's an obvious crash out. It's a difference in the way it's coming through, because this ain't just the normal, oh, I'm just trying to get a reaction out of you. Oh, I'm just doing my witchcraft, my little spells and rituals to try to affect you. This is clearly a crash out spell, a crash out. You know what I'm saying? Because they crashing out while doing these things. Because that's just how desperate they are to try to block your blessings. And at this point, to get you to block them, because they can't block them. You understand what I'm saying, Kingdom people? I know you do. Because you all are very smart, intelligent. I was about to say intellectual, which you are as well. You're very smart, intelligent, intellectual, spiritually maturing kingdom people. You get it? Kingdom people. They are trying to get you to block your own blessings.